Yesterday I did something really fun but totally out of my comfort zone. I took a pinstriping class with Howie Nisger. He's an absolute legend. He's been pinstriping since the 50s. I just thought this would be something really cool to do, and I think it's really important to always learn new skills. There were about 14 people in this class, mostly men who work on cars, so I was nervous because I didn't know anybody, including Howie, but there was a girl who I became friends with, so shout out Angelina. We talked about brushes. Howie says the best ones are made from black Russian squirrel tails with their winter pelt. And then to my surprise, Howie broke out his nail polish collection. We had to paint the base of the brush so that they wouldn't unravel in all of the chemicals, and this made me laugh watching all of these men use nail polish. It was very sweet, and I actually really liked this vintage Revlon color. Then once every brush was treated with brush oil, Howie personally trimmed every single one so that it was nice and fine and ready for pinstriping. Here's my personal workstation. He showed us all of the colors that he has, but he mixed us brown because it's all of his leftover colors mixed together, and we're just beginners, so we don't need anything too fancy. And paint reducer goes in its own cup right next to the paint. A quick lesson how to hold the brush belly down. Then he showed us how to have the paint on the palette. You put some paint down and then add a tiny drop of the reducer to make it nice and fluid. Then he showed us how to paint. All of these lines on everyone's boards are the basic pinstriping strokes, and you can essentially make any pinstriping design with these strokes if you connect them. He says if you're doing a symmetrical design to always start with your non-dominant side first so that it's easier to mirror. We had to start by doing straight lines, which I was pretty good at and it was very satisfying. And then when the paint started feeling a little bit dry, which is called chatter in the pinstriping world, you add a little bit of reducer, which reminded me of nail art. Okay, but the curves were very, very hard. I could not master this on my first day, and it's because you have to continuously turn the brush as you're holding it to keep the belly down so that you create a nice even line. My fingers are just not used to doing that as I'm holding a brush. So every time I was feeling discouraged, I would just go back to my straight lines to get a little bit of confidence back. This class was so much fun. I'm really proud of myself for getting out of my comfort zone, and everybody was so nice, and I loved to see what everyone was working on. And then when I left, I saw Howie's car. He said he re-pinstriped it 3 times. This is iconic.